All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back doing live streams once again, bringing you the latest in Chelsea Football Club. Really good to have you all here on the live stream. Yesterday we missed out. There wasn't much going on in the morning, so I didn't want to, take up your time and didn't want to regurgitate anything. But today we've got some news. Late yesterday there was some news coming out in regards to Romelu Lukaku. It's going to be a bit of a problem. It's going to be a bit of a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Romelu Lukaku is going to have to return back to Chelsea Football Club. Inter Milan don't want this particular player. Financially, they're in trouble, and they can't afford this unless we do an even cheaper deal. I thought the loan deal was cheap enough, but if we do an even cheaper deal and he forgoes his wages once again. Lukaku's on some handsome wages at Chelsea Football Club, man, and he's taken a pay cut. He's taken a pay cut to go to Inter Milan. Is he going to continue doing that for the rest of the contract that's remaining with Chelsea Football Club? I don't know, and I don't think so that he's going to financially keep hurting him. I think what Lukaku's game plan was that he was going to return back to Inter Milan. He's going to do well, and maybe then Inter buys him. But there's no way Inter's going to be able to buy him. No way. Not for the price that we may be asking for. Don't forget, we got him for almost £100 million. Do you know what I mean? From Inter Milan, and at the end of this season, he'll still have 3 more seasons to go. There's no way we're going to give him on a discount to Inter Milan. And Inter Milan will need a heavy discount. They're not going to buy this particular player for even 50 million. They don't even have the money. And then forget about his wages. And on top of that, he's not been banging in goals for Inter Milan. Predominantly, he's been injured. And they've not had the same return. So look, they could potentially do okay. Without Romelu Lukaku. Dzeko, I believe, is the starter over there. So we have a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Almost 100 live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 100 immediately. Let's keep up with the likes. I would love to see 100 likes. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's keep progressing towards 22,000. Now we've reached 21,000. Let's keep going towards 22,000. We're going to talk about Romelu Lukaku, of course. I'm going to see what you guys have to say about this. Ibsy's in the house. Good to see you, Ibsy. AIM, iTest, RS7, Starboy, Shubra, President Jafar. All my regulars are here. Good to see you. Clicks, good to see you. Wa alaikum assalam, my brother. Clicks, O'Neill, Phenomenal Finn is here. Fantastic. And Himanshu, of course. Thank you so much for the super chat. Don't worry, guys. I will kidnap Lukaku. He won't come back. Look, Lukaku, we're looking at buying a striker. We got to get rid of Lukaku somehow first up. Could we potentially send him to another Serie A club? I don't know. Could there be some suitors in Spain? Atletico Madrid? Do you know what? Off the back of watching yesterday's Champions League match, especially Man City's one, I had 2 screens. I was watching both Inter Milan and Inter Milan versus Porto versus Man City and Leipzig. I was watching both the matches. I was in awe. I was in absolute awe of Erling Haaland. The amount Erling Haaland presses. By the way, El Hachem, sorry, I'll call your name out as well. El Hachem, good to see you, my man. Iman, good to see you. For all the people that haven't said out their name, Digital Films, good to see you. Yeah, man, good to see all of you guys, man. Keep the comments coming. But yeah, look, the way Erling Haaland was moving, the way he was working hard, my God, that's the level of striker you need, man. This guy was pressing. This guy was a predator inside the box. This guy was just ruthless when it came to any aerial duels or any ground duels. If we're going to get back Romelu Lukaku, I'm sorry, in this day and age, he's going to have to move, man. Because if he doesn't press hard enough, opposition will have too much time to progress the ball from defense to midfield to offense. So in this day and age, if the opposition outrun you, generally they're going to probably beat you, and maybe it might be a draw at best. Like, this is the thing, you're going to have to keep up with it. And if one player doesn't run, then the remaining players will have to compensate. Much like in Argentina. It's not like Leo Messi runs around a lot, but the entire Argentinian team compensates for that. So if you don't have that, then it's going to be a struggle. And I don't know whether Lukaku is worth to compensate for. Messi, yes, you compensate for. Lukaku, I'm not really sure. So look, another Serie A club is probably the right way to go about things. There is the name of Victor Osimhen that we're getting linked with. Will Napoli take Lukaku? I highly doubt. But there are a particular club out there that could potentially do that. RS7 will take great pride when me says our name. Nah, appreciate that. That win gives City confidence in the Prem. My day, 7-0, man. 7-0. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen my video, I just dropped the newest video on the second channel, which talks about Erling Haaland, Man City. Please check that out. And I talked a little bit about tactical side of, what Pep did against Leipzig as well. John Stones, looked like he was part of the CBs, but he essentially played as a double pivot player with the ball. And then without the ball, he actually tucked in on the right side. Generally, Man City played with a 3 at the back, and sometimes even Ake moved forward, and which left 2 CBs. Look, Man City in that particular form, in that particular mood, good luck, man. Good luck. Definitely is a team that I want to avoid next up. Over 2 legs is going to be too difficult. I mean, too many questions they ask, man. Way too many questions, Man City players. But look, coming back to Lukaku, what do we do? What's your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Nearly 150 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button. Let's pump those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up to 100. Easy. It can be easily done. We've got over 140 people right now. Easy, we can get to 100. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. Let me know, what would you like to do with Romelu Lukaku in the comment section? I want to bring out some comments now. I'm not sure if... I don't think I want this guy back, man. Like, he's destroyed everything with Chelsea Football Club. How do we take him back? He's going to have to try and amend his relationship with Chelsea Football Club, number one. And I'm not going to buy it. I know this guy is going to lie. I know it's not going to be authentic. It's going to be full of fib. It's all fabrication. We know his true feelings about Chelsea Football Club. He don't like Chelsea Football Club. Bottom line, he don't like it. He wanted to go back to Inter Milan, and he has. And he wanted to go back to Inter Milan after 3 months joining us. After 3 months, it was like as early as November. Apparently, when he saw Thomas Tuchel having a different plan, a different schedule, apparently that's what he said, and he tried to sabotage the club with that interview. Surely enough, gets his move back to Inter Milan. Now Inter don't want to keep him. Inter are broke, and he's been injured, and he's not provided the production that Inter Milan was looking for. I've spoken to a couple of Inter Milan fans. They're saying they don't want him either. They don't want him either. He can go. Who's gonna take Lukaku now? Could Lukaku potentially go to Roma? If Tammy Abraham, I don't know. There's rumors about us taking Tammy Abraham back. Could Tammy Abraham go to Arsenal? I don't know. Will we trigger the buyback clause on Tammy Abraham? There's been rumors about that. Could Lukaku potentially go to Roma? Victor Osimhen could be on the move. Could he potentially go to Napoli? I mean, I think Jose Mourinho, he could potentially use Lukaku. I get the feeling Lukaku, Dybala, there could be something there. But then that would have to mean Tammy Abraham would have to move on. T1 is saying Lukaku is a different profile from our attackers. I don't mind him. I don't mind having him next season just to change up when the goals aren't coming. Plus, we have creators now. Look, he ain't gonna be sitting in the bench for you. Like your comment kind of suggests that we can have him as a surprise package off the bench, something different or a rotational player. He ain't gonna do that. He's gonna go and kick up a fuss. He would like to start wherever he goes. Could he potentially go to Atletico Madrid? Atletico Madrid like to press as well, man. They like to run. We're going to be in a bit of a trouble. We're going to be a bit of an issue. We have to get rid of Aubameyang. Don't forget, Aubameyang needs to go. We need to get rid of a whole heap of other players as well. Then there's all these issues with contract extensions with Mason Mount and down the track, Kovacic, this, that, the other. And then throw in the mix of Romelu Lukaku. Could Graham Potter make something? Could he start something fresh with Romelu Lukaku? How many of you guys would like to keep Romelu Lukaku? Let me know. How many of you guys would actually like to keep him? Could Graham Potter do something with Romelu Lukaku? We're looking for a striker, apparently. I want to bring up some news now. So this is the latest. Ladies and gentlemen, nearly 200 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button. Inter CEO Marotta. Lukaku deal, he will return to Chelsea as its straight loan. It's part of the deal. Then we will see. Lukaku is not in good condition yet. We are still waiting to see the real Romelu as we saw in the past. The real Romelu may not even return back. That's the issue. Do you know what I mean? He may not even come back. And Inter, if they do want this particular player, they're going to look for another discount. And I don't know if we're going to be open for more discounts. Lukaku is not a bad striker. The problem is his childish mentality. I tend to think that as well. I don't think he's a bad striker. It's just his mentality, his demeanor. And seems like he's someone who needs to be in the mood. Do you know what I mean? Miz, which team should Chelsea avoid the most in the Champions League quarterfinal? Man City and Bayern Munich. Miz, whenever Conte is hired next season, that's where Lukaku will end up. That's a good one. That's a good point. If Conte stays at Spurs, for example, I don't know. I don't think he will. Maybe Spurs should look at getting Lukaku, but then they'll have to get rid of Harry Kane. If Conte stays, I think Harry Kane will stay at Spurs. It all comes down to whether Conte is going to go or not. So it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. Clicks. I don't want Lukaku because the fan base will implode and go mad, and it may affect the dressing room. Yeah, man. I don't think a lot of the players will appreciate him. But then again, there are a lot of new players as well. So they wouldn't have any idea about him. There we go. Uncle Sharma in the house. I actually had the pleasure of putting some comments to Uncle Sharma's live yesterday, and he was able to give me some information. And he said, there's no way. There is no way Inter's probably keeping Lukaku. The only way this is possible is if Inter Milan gets a heavy discount. Heavy discount. And on top of that, Lukaku looks to keep reducing his wages. How long can Lukaku keep reducing his wages? He's going to have to think about his future soon, right? He's finished, bro. The legendary Antonio Pintus, the fitness coach who is now at Real Madrid, was the only guy who got him into best shape. There you go. It's coming from an Inter Milan fan. He's coming back, man. He's coming back. 400K a week. New owners want a low wage bill. Lukaku is going to be a huge issue for us. Huge issue. Huge. La Liga teams, it's going to have to be another loan. It'll have to be another loan. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking from La Liga, Atletico Madrid. I mean, we've got João Felix from there. Could we potentially do something? I know they've got Memphis Depay, Morata. I don't know, man. I'm not really sure whether Lukaku is able to get into Atletico Madrid. I don't think any other La Liga teams will probably want him. It has to be a Serie A team. It will have to be another Serie A team. And no Serie A team is going to pay, incredible amount of money for Romelu Lukaku, even for a loan. Do you know what I mean? I think we have to take the L and just sell him irrespective of profit. I mean, sell him for what price? What price? Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. What price would you sell him for? Because Lukaku should not even be on the bench. He will spread lies and toxicity in the dressing room. Exactly, man. I agree. 100% agree. Shubra is saying Lukaku's last regime's last permanent transfer. What a way to end. A bad way to end, man. Atletico or Leipzig will be great fit for Lukaku. Leipzig, nah, man. Leipzig attack from the front. They press. Lukaku, they'll have to change the way they play. Nah, Bundesliga is not an option for him. Bundesliga is not an option. Is what think of Potter use the counter technique with Lukaku nature? Look, we could potentially play counter-attacking football, but with players like Enzo Fernandez, João Felix, we could potentially add more technical players in midfield. I don't think we're going to be looking at counter-attacking football. We may look for direct style of football, more, less passes to get into the final third, but we do want to press as well from the front. Without the ball, we want to press from the front and try and win the ball high up. And with the ball, we want to be still somewhat possession based. Not as crazy, not just ridiculously keep passing around. Now that we have Enzo Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez, he doesn't dilly-dally around. And maybe someone like Romelu Lukaku could benefit with someone like Enzo Fernandez, but Lukaku's going to work. He's going to have to work harder, man. He's going to have to get into a better shape. Injuries killed him this season. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, we could potentially see him in the preseason, man. That's the crazy part. Direct swap with Benfica for Ramos or Napoli for Osimhen. And this is the thing. I don't know if Napoli will take him. Potentially they could. Spalletti, could he take him? And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea's interest in Victor Osimhen is growing, and some at the club see him as a dream signing. The decision makers at the club alongside Graham Potter are all clear that they need to prioritize a new striker in the summer. They want someone who will press with intensity. There you go. They want someone who will press with intensity, have pace and energy, but can also be involved well in link-up play and, of course, score plenty of goals. See, already it's telling you it's most likely not going to be Romelu Lukaku. It ain't going to be Romelu Lukaku, that's for sure. Chelsea are looking for a striker that is mobile, in the caliber of Erling Haaland. Now, Victor Osimhen is probably not as ruthless as Erling Haaland, but Victor Osimhen is a very, very good player. Very, very good striker. If we want to, get back to the top, and we need to get back to the top, and we need someone who's going to score a lot of goals for us, I would put my money on Victor Osimhen. But Victor Osimhen is going to score, is going to demand a lot of money. Napoli will want a lot of money for Victor Osimhen. That's where it's going to get very, very tough, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I would love Victor Osimhen, but you think Napoli are going to just, easily do business with us? I don't think so. But he's the level of striker. Got pace, got power, good link up, good hold up. Very good finishing. He's probably, in my opinion, a tad bit below Erling Haaland level. Erling Haaland for me he's devastating. He's devastating, man. He's absolutely devastating. But I think Victor Osimhen is the next best thing for me. Tonmo is saying Felix, Lukaku, and Kunku, our front three for next season. Sounds quite tasty, doesn't it? It does sound quite tasty, but it could all break. See, the thing with Lukaku is I can't trust his personality anymore, man. I really cannot trust his personality. That guy he could destroy the football club again, man. He'll just create a mess, and I can't take a risk, man. Maybe Graham Potter is the right manager who can tame him, who can calm him down, but I just don't want to take that risk. Wasn't this guy who used to make the players feel bad and used to down them even in training, like he's superior than them? Remember the reports? Exactly, that's the other thing. He used to laugh at some of our players. Ibzy, do you think Chelsea are more dangerous with an interchangeable front three than building team for one striker? Look, I hear you. I saw your tweet, Ibzy. It does make sense. Interchangeable, fluid front three makes sense. We could be a lot Very dangerous. Yeah. And if we are going through that part, the striker that I would love to get for interchangeable front three is Vitor Roque, the Brazilian sensation. Vitor Roque is this guy. This guy's going to be something big. I'm telling you right now. The way he's already moving at the age of 18, the way he can just feint. He looks like he's gone to the left and then he'll cut in on the right and then whip in a shot. Oh my God. If Barcelona get their hand on this particular player, I don't know how Barca's going to do this. Barca's in the mud financially. How they even think about getting someone like Vitor Roque? But if Barca can't get this player, because this player I think wants to go to Barca, if we want an interchangeable front three, which I don't mind, I like it, then we need Vitor Roque. I can't think of another player that's good enough to be interchangeable anywhere. Can play on the left, can play on the right, can play through the middle. And I think Vitor Roque will score a lot of goals. Now, we could potentially try Havertz, Felix, Nkunku, or Sterling, whoever. Or maybe Nkunku, Felix, Sterling. That could potentially work as well. But we need if we're not going to get a particular brother up front who's going to score 20 plus goals, then we need it to be spread out. We need like Arsenal style, Saka, someone to score Saka levels of goals, someone to score Martinelli. Martinelli, I think, has already got 12 or 13 goals in the Premier League. We need that level. Saka, I think, has also got a lot of goals. Do you know what I mean? We need goals from midfield like Odegaard. But if we can't get that, I'd rather go for someone who I can, who I can be assured that it's going to score a lot of goals, which Victor Osimhen will. Osimhen up front. Look at the damage Osimhen's doing with players like Cavara, Osimhen. They've got what's his name? That Mexican player, Javi Lozano. Then they've got this particular player is injured at the moment, but Raspadori. He's got some mobile players in and around him that helps him out, and Osimhen himself is very mobile, very, very mobile. He's not like a block up front. He's extremely mobile forward. But you wouldn't want to play Osimhen through the left or the right. You'd want to play him through the center. Irving Lozano, that's it. Yeah, they've got some very, very quick players. Felix and Nkunku Sterling with Mudryk and Madueke backup. Felix and Nkunku Sterling. Yeah, that's what I just said. That could potentially work out. But all those three players will then have to chip in at least 15 goals each. Do you know what I mean? Raspadori on loan from Sassuolo. Raspadori, I like this player, man. I like Raspadori a lot. 100% we need a goal scorer, and with the likelihood of a DM coming in this summer alongside Osimhen and Enzo, vital his runs will be rewarded and his passing machine. Agreed. Digital Film Reviews is saying Sterling, Madueke, Felix, and Nkunku, Mudryk, Havertz, Osimhen, Brocao. Who's Brocao, by the way, bro? DDF, David Dutro, Fofana. That's too much for only 3 spots in a 5 at the back attack, and that's assuming we get rid of Mount, Pulisic, Lukaku, and Ziyech. That's the thing. 3 at the back will mean 1 less attacker. Don't discount injuries and players being out of form, but this is why it's so important to be in Brocao equals Broha. Oh, okay, Broha. I had no idea. Is that how people pronounce Broha? Brocao? Or is that autocorrect? Brocao is the Nigerian talent. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but Broha, okay. Look, I don't know what's going to happen with Armando Broja, how he's going to come back from injury. We'll see. David Dutro for fun. I think Armando Broja is going to have to go to another loan now, man. He's now missed out on too much football. He's going to have to go on another loan. David Dutro Fofana will have to go on another loan as well, which David Dutro Fofana will have to go on a loan, not another loan. Will have to go on a loan, which will mean Osimhen, Havertz, Mudryk, Nkunku, Felix, Madueke, Sterling. Still a lot of players, but this is why I think it's very important to be involved in many, many competitions next season. We have to be involved in a lot of competitions. It's a must. It's an absolute must. All right, let's check up some of the other news, ladies and gentlemen. Before we slowly wrap things up, smash up the like button. Let's get those likes up to 150 more to 100 likes. Let's get there before we finish up. Advaid, good to see you, man. Big up to you as well. Good luck to you in the Champions League, man. Let's see if I can do a watch along in my second channel. I'll try my best. Very, very difficult at the moment to give enough time with the little one as well. The new addition in my family. I do have to help out as much as I can, which is a must. So I'll try my best if I can. Josko Vardio did not make a single tackle or interception versus Manchester City. Look, all I'm going to say about Josko Vardio is that I don't want to talk down on him off the back of that match against Man City. He was poor, along with every single other one of those Leipzig players. I mean, Man City made a mockery out of those Leipzig players. And I don't want to use that as a particular base because a lot of people are slandering Josko Vardio. Josko Vardio, for me, is a damn good defender. Damn good defender. But let me tell you one thing. I think it's a mistake to go after Vardio now. Like, we don't need any more CBs. We've got enough CBs, especially left-sided. Buddy Shield, Koulibaly can play there. Do you know what I mean? Kukurea is playing there at the moment. Lewa Colwell, who's going to come back to Chelsea Football Club. So there's no need. It'll be money wasted. There's no reason we should be linked with Josko Vardio anymore. Not because he had a howler against City. I'm just saying altogether. Because that City, anyone can have that howler against City. I just think overall we don't need him anymore. We've got enough CBs and LCBs for that matter. I just get this feeling we bought too many players. Although I like him, I just like Datra Fofana. Won't make it at Chelsea. Let me know what you think, please. I think he will. I think he's got the quality, but he does need to have a loan. He's still young. It's okay to send him on a loan. Premier League loan, La Liga loan, Bundesliga loan, whatever it is. Premier League loan would be good. Next season, whoever gets promoted, if we can send David Datra Fofana there, maybe we'll see. Cheers, bro. Don't sweat it. Family first. I have an odd feeling about the game, though. I really hope we don't mess up. No, I don't think he'll mess up, man. It's at the Bernabeu, bro. You may mess up in the beginning. Maybe Liverpool could go on a 2-0 lead, and it might look a bit tasty, but then you guys will end up winning that 4-2. Do you know what I mean? You guys are Real Madrid, man. You guys are Real Madrid. 3-goal lead. Come on, man. Come on. I know we scared you guys last season, but I think you guys got Liverpool, man. Because how do you know Osimhen will work at Chelsea? Every time we are linked to a striker, the PTSD starts kicking in. Look at the other strikers too, how bad they did. Look, I don't know. I don't know whether he's going to work out or not, but surely, sooner or later, someone has to work out, right? I mean, it cannot be just like this forever. Surely, sooner or later, we need to have the next Drogba, the next Costa. Do you know what I mean? It cannot just be like this. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Cesar Azpilicueta has spoken to Brentford goalkeeper and Manchester United target David Raya about a potential move to Stamford Bridge. Brentford feel that Raya will depart the club at the end of the season, with the Spaniard reportedly turning down 2 contract offers, the most recent one being in January. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're linked with David Raya. David Raya has, declined some contract extensions in recent times with Brentford, and rightly so. Deserves to move to a better team. I suppose not better team, like a bigger team. Brentford's a very, very good team. I'm not even going to disrespect Brentford. Brentford's a very, very good team, but David Raya's quality is immense. So look, do I want another goalkeeper at Chelsea Football Club? I think Mendy, he's going to move on. So there is going to be a need for someone like David Raya. Raya and Kepa. Kepa, I don't know if we're going to get rid of Kepa. And Kepa has been doing okay for the time being. So look, I don't have issues with David Raya. If we can get him for a decent, reasonable amount of money, I think potentially he's been touted to be about £25 million or £30 million or something like that. 25. If we can get David Raya for 25 million, I'm happy days. I'm happy days. It's out of topic, but what do you think of the Super League if it becomes a thing? Do you know what? Look, it won't become a thing because the Premier League is the Super League. The Premier League is the Super League. So it's a very far-fetched situation. The Premier League won't let it happen because it will dilute the Premier League. The reason why those Spanish clubs and the Italian clubs and everyone else want it, because they see the amount of money that the Premier League earns. Some of the Premier League teams, they have more money than, like, Nottingham Forest, for example. Like, the way Nottingham Forest has spent is more than any of the La Liga teams. Do you know what I mean? So the Premier League has a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash up the like button before you go. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Final super chat. T1, thank you so much for this super chat, my man. It's time for our scout team to earn their paycheck. No more record-breaking transfers. Find those gems. Absolutely, find those gems. We've got quality players now already in the squad. It's time to find those gems. So yeah, smash up the like button. 40 more likes away from 100 likes. Let's get there. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, and subscribe if you're here for the first time. Check out my second channel. The link is in the description, and also if you want to just search it up, Ms. TV Total Football. I've just dropped the latest video there in regards to Erling Haaland, so check that out. I shall see you guys very soon, later on tonight, UK time, before the Champions League matches, to bring you the latest in Chelsea news. And I'm sure we've got All You Can Eat Chelsea very, very soon as well. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.